Hey, what up guys? And in this one, I'm going to show you a condensed version of my dad's lesson at the San Jose Golf Garage. I have been taking lessons from Matt Souza, who is the teaching professional there and the owner of the golf garage. And I thought it'd be cool to showcase, how everyone who is into golf, in my opinion, if you can afford it, should take a golf lesson to know the direction you should work on your game. And I like how Matt does things, and he really breaks things down so you can really simply understand on what to work on, and he gives you drills to go out into the range and onto the course to work on your swing. So come on, check out my dad's lesson, see how he had made some gains just from one session from him. He did definitely improve his swing when we went on vacation shortly after. And let's go out to the lesson and see how my dad picked up his new swing.
So let's work on the setup first. Go ahead and take your setup, right? And I want stand, lock your legs out, right? No bend whatsoever, and give me a little tilt from the waist, right? There. Now put the club there. Now give me a slight bend. There. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to come up and I want to be able to nudge you from every angle and know that you're not going to fall over, right? Because if you give me more bend in the knees, which give me that little bend in the knees, now the minute I come up and I did this, you're off on those heels, right? You're automatically, boom, I'm gone, right? I need you to feel like I could do this either way, right? I can go one way or another, right? So I'm here, I'm waiting, right? So that's what I'm looking for. So that's going to be a little bit less. There you go, right there. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for first. Now, hold the club up like this. Okay. Sternum's here, correct? Okay. This is the leading edge, right? Both of those are on the same line. Okay. So if I were to do this right here, no tilt whatsoever. Both of them are still pointing up, correct? But now, if I tilted you like this, what happens? It tilts with you, right? Because if I get here, now all I have to do is turn, and where's my hands? Hands are ahead, club face is square, right? Let's get here with the face in the right spot and literally just turn through, okay? So that's the thought process. So go ahead and get comfortable with taking this club back and getting it to right here.
Okay.
Okay? But when we do that, I need this to move. Yeah. So go ahead, boom, right there. Right? Because now, look, now you're loaded, right? So now I can turn back this way. So take it back, right there, perfect, right? And once we get there, now again, you're just gonna feel like I pivot my hips until I get here, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to hit shots that go, let's say 60 or 75 yards. Okay. Okay, see what happens? Ball flight, not bad. But look at the difference on what we did there. Just right there, right? Look at your setup now, less knee bend. On the way back, look at where this club face is now. Right? Look at this now. Now it's here. And your spine angle is here. Took you one golf swing. Let's bring this ball over here so we have you more in the center of the camera. Right there, okay? Do the same thing one more time.
Oh, I didn't turn my shoulders though. Yeah, I
didn't. The more we do that, the more we get handsy, right? Okay? One more time, please. There you go. A little late release, but I liked it. Around, see the hands just start and they flip right at the end, right? So what's going to happen is this, right? And it feels weird, but it works. Okay, so go ahead and let's take this club back, right? We're going to get you right here. See how it's matching the spine? But as I turn through, it also matches the spine. See how that club face hasn't gone here, right? Because all I'm doing is like this, right? So if I were to get here, and I go like this, it matches my spine the whole time, right? So if I go like this, and I get here, and I turn, it matches my spine the whole time. So when we get from impact rotated, it's going to feel like it's here. Now, full swing, momentum's going to take you here. You can't stop. But what we're trying to do is get this club to stay on that path as long as we can.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Much less flip. But watch how much less flip we have but there's a little flip in the back there.
Okay.
Right. So as you rotate, even there, you see right there,
Uh-huh.
where that club face is at? It's right about here. Right?
Okay.
And where's your spine? Pretty close, right? So how do I get better at that little move, right? I have to be good with taking my hands out of the golf swing from the standpoint they're gonna be more passive and they're gonna follow. They're still gonna release, they're still gonna snap, but we gotta get them to do it at the right time. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a progression drill. My progression drill is this, right? We want to concentrate on where my body has to be when I strike the ball, right? So what I want to be is I want to be here, right? Hands slightly ahead, right? Weight slightly ahead, and I'm kind of pushing off the ball with this foot, right? So I'm trying to get here. So how we get there is I'm going to take my setup and I'm going to push my left shoulder and my left arm, and I'm going to push it until it gets right outside this pocket, right? And once I do that from here, now all I'm going to do is take this left hip and I'm going to move it back out of the way. And what happens when we do that is I rotate through. And look at the finishing of this club right here, right? You see when I did this and I did this, that leading edge is matching my spine. So tour players versus amateurs, right? So tour players will have this club pointing at the golf ball 12 inches behind and 12 inches in front, right? So it's the equivalent of them going like this, right? If I did this, this is a whole lot easier to get the club back to square, and I know I'm going to take a decent line, right? Hey, look, right down the center, right? Because the club face is already pointed at the ball, right? So people who flip the club, if you're going, whatever I do on the way back, I must do on the way down, right? So if you at least have a good path, right? A lot of people that I see, they're going to go like this, right? And then they're going to start to come down steep like this. Well, how can I get the face of that golf club to point at this golf ball without having to go, right? Without having to extend all of my angles. Versus, get it here, I'm still pointed down at the ground, right? And then once I get here, I'm pointing at the ball, and then I turn through, right? And if I just do that little rotation move, I can generally hold a decent line. But that's it. So what happens is there. That's just your rotation. There was no hand flip, there was no throw, right? That's what I'm trying to get to. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this little drill today, right? We're going to go here, and then all I'm going to do is turn the left hip. Here, if I turn the left hip, the upper body's going to follow. The same distance that I take this little thing back is the same distance I take this little thing forward. We're going to get to rotate harder, and you're going to hit the ball farther, I guarantee you. But right now, I need you to feel where I'm at, okay? So, and I don't want any breakdown right now. I want this whole structure staying the same. Boom, right here. Now, turn the left hip. That's it. See that right there? Because that's the position I want you in. You get that position, you are solid, right? So let's do that again. Here, pivot. That's it. Right there. Hit me that little shot, and I don't want it to go farther than 40 yards. Little handsy, but good pivot. And look at your line. And look at your club path. 0-3. Club path. 0-2. Look at the way this club comes back. Look at the way you pivot through. Like that is just a solid, very little movement. Let's look at this again. Look at how little movement you have. We rotated back. Club starting to rotate on you a little bit, but you recover right here. And watch the pivot. See the pivot right there? You pivot back. You strike. Watch the club not release. Look at this. See where that club face is versus where you're at? Right? It hasn't gone like this. We didn't go, oh, body stalls out, my hands go like this. Right? That is what we want. Let's do it again. Okay. Just pivot. And look at the line. That's pretty much textbook right there. Club path 2.0, face angle 1-3. Right? We're letting it roll slightly.
Okay.
Recover. Same thing. Arms up for me.
Oops.
Almost died. There we go. Right there. Squeeze that in towards you.
Okay. Oh.
And see how you wanted to kind of throw your hands at it? Right? I want that thing to lead. Once the club is here, this leads.
Okay.
Right? There we go. See these positions right here? I don't mind that, but see these positions right here? This club's in front of you, you've pivoted, right? That is what I need, right? But notice, it wasn't this, right? The more I have this, the more I am controlling the face of the club with my hands, where I want to control the face of the club with the rotation, okay? Okay, we're gonna go back. See, I'm just kind of moving things along, right? So I like to work on feelings and what it feels like, right?
Uh-huh.
So this is a great drill that you can do inside the house. Now I'm going to take my index finger and my thumb, and I'm going to go like this with my right hand, okay? Just like this. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to get in my golf posture, okay? And I'm going to take my left two fingers, I'm going to put them on the inside of my left hip, right? And now I'm going to push backwards, and you're going to notice how the handle wants to push forward. Okay? There you go, right? See how that, the minute you did this, this moved, and this moves, because that's where I want your hands when we strike the ball, right? So if you did that again, back, tilt, see how that wants to move forward, okay? Now, take it back here, and now push that hip. See how that automatically wants to move forward? I didn't have to get there by moving it there. I just had to get there by
Turning.
right? I had to get here and then here. Back. Okay? Not bad. Just a little bit of a lift.
Okay.
Watch the line. Still a good line. There we go. That I liked. Okay? Now, that is what we need. That is the from here to here and what we do with our golf swing and how we keep that face square, right? So I want you to go like this for me, okay? And we're gonna go back and forth, right? See, I don't want to do this right here. I just want this, right? So my core is very tight when I do this, right? There, right? Right there. And I just want it to stay in front of you
Okay.
the whole time, right? So here, here. There we go, just like that. Boom, right there. Feel that right there, okay? And look how square that thing is the whole entire time, right? And you're doing it, you're not just doing it with your hands, nor are you doing it just with your shoulders or just with your hips. The whole entire core starts to rotate like this, right? So now, go ahead and take your address position, okay? We're gonna make that same motion, and I'm gonna turn the whole core like this, right? Face down, there you go.
Okay.
Point at the ball, and I'm gonna go right to here, and I'm just gonna stop right there. But I want everything to turn together, okay? Okay, do it again. That swing, you kind of leaned a little bit back here, right? Just a little bit, okay? So when we did this, you never went like this, did you?
No.
No, it was just right here, right? This was it, right? I didn't have to worry about picking it up. I'm gonna sweep through it, right? So do it again for me, same thing. Feel like the face is closed on the way back, go. There we go. How crisply you hit that ball?
Sounds better.
How crisp, right? And we haven't even added the compression component yet. Back, return, okay? Ah, that's the one I want to lift, right? So it's the same thing. It's the equivalent of me going like this, and then me going, oh, I need to help, right? There, good. A little handsy, but it's okay. Good core rotation,
My
right?
hands are.
So now, that's our progression. So the first one is outside the hands, turn. The second one is just returning. I need to really feel, because like I want you to, when you're warming up, I want you to hit some of these with pop. Not really too worried about where they go. I'm worried about the structure of the hands, arms, and body staying where they need to be, right? Because if I can get back to this spot every single time, golf is a whole lot easier, right? So if I get here, and I just try to move my core, right, and go back, and I can start to turn that a little harder, right? I can start to move that a little harder. The next portion to that is how do I time the lower body with that? So what we do is now I feel like I do this, and then I take it back to here, and I hear a mental click inside my head. And what I'm doing is I'm clicking my hands and my right hip together from here, and then I turn together, right? So I'll do it in super slow motion. I go, instead of going like this, because I have to return my hands to where they started, right? I'm now gonna go back, get here, turn together, right?
Sounds good.
And when I turn together, I know I'm gonna hold somewhat of a decent line, right? Like I want to hear that little click, and then I can, boom,
Go.
I can go. So lift the club up for me above the ball and just kind of do this. There, feel that? Do it with the core, exactly, just all core. Right? So now when you get there and you make that same feeling, now right here, click, both of these move together, right? Slightly handsy, this ball's going to go slightly left. Ah, no, maybe I was off, my eyes are deceiving me. I guarantee you, if you take this club back and feel like this is like this, the next one I want you to feel like this is pointed like this, okay? The same thing, but give me that feel. Okay, there you go. Do it. Okay, not worried about it. Let's see what the face did. And it's well, almost perfect. But see what you felt, I'm telling you, you probably felt it like it was like this, right? And it was actually right where it almost, and it still could have been a little bit more, right?
Okay.
So let's look at this, right? So you felt like it was staying dead shut, and it was until there. It was absolutely dead, not perfect till there. And then we let it get away from us. Yeah, actually, yeah, we let it get away from us. That's a little bit more of a bend, so I'm not really too worried about that, right? So as we come down, but see that club just drops straight down on plane right there, right? And that's just a little bit handsy. You got the
Okay.
hands kind of flip through. So give me the same thing, same backswing, same. I want you to feel like it's a little bit more shut and a little bit more facing down, so we're not flipping the face open and closed. And then left pivot, turn the core through. Go. There we go. Slightly handsy. Other than that, your release is there, right? But I mean, is that going to hurt you?
No.
No, it's not, right? Okay, right there. Right? See where that hand is? I want the head of that club there, right? So now from here, turn. Feel that? Turn. Feel that, right? It's going to go here, right? This is going to be delayed. I mean, a fraction. A fraction. Okay? There we go. Even though I think that one should be going a little left. Whoa. Yeah, barely left. Right? But that was struck really well. Watch the face of this golf club. There we go. Look at that club stay right on plane. Look, see that right there? Oh, I love it. Arms are in front. It's just a great move. Okay? Now here's the test. Do it harder. So how am I going to do that, right? So we're not going to care where this one goes. I just want to see. I want you to see everything. You're going to feel like it's shut right here. I want to get this to click, and from here, I am just going to turn and pivot through. So I want to pivot pretty hard right here. Right? I towed it a little bit, but what I want is I want that rotation. Like I want to put pop into these things from here, right? So if I get here. Right? I can whip at that thing with my body, should give me a decent line, right? Yeah, they're little low bullets right now, right? But I'm learning and I'm forcing my body to turn through, right? And if I get my body to turn through from that position, oh, that's a little, that is 122 mile, even though it's a little bit right. But that is 123 mile per hour ball speed from something that I felt went to my hip, right? So that's what I want. I want you to feel like this thing stops right here. And from here, right, the left hip goes, we pass right back through where we started, and I'm turning through. Look at the difference of where that right shoulder finishes as I pivot, okay? Turn all the way through.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm talking slightly handsy, right? If that delays, and that's going to be your miss, right? If my body moves, the face of the club will stay. Right? That way I can hold it passively. But if my body stops, the face of the golf club will now move. It has too much energy stored that if I get here and I stop here, then my hand's clear and I'm closing that face early and then it's going to go left. So I can hold that face to the line as I continue to turn through, right? Turn the core through. There we go.
Sound better?
There we go. You hear that? There. See the rotation? The club stayed in front of you the whole entire time, right? And then make that move, and I want it to be more aggressive, right? So if you were to take your right arm and go like this, right? There you go. And I want you to turn this just like this, and then turn the whole thing without bending them. Just turn back until you hit my hand. Boom. Feel that? That's compression, right? That look, everything's boom, right? So I'm going like this, bah, right? So if I get here, I'm going boom, right? So I'm not wanting to go like this. I'm just getting here and I'm going boom, like a low five, right? Bing. Okay. There, right? See that angle right there? That is what I'm looking for. Turn back, go. Woo!
Power.
There we go, right there. Woo! See, that club never moved. It never moved. It looks like it moves, right? Because it's moving around your body. But never ever did I have to go like this in order to get it back to square. I just had to get here and go get it. So, and again, I'm going to jump around. I tend to jump around to do like some like thought process. I want you to understand how the motion works. So if I said, hey, I need you to take this ball and I want you to throw it as far as you can, but you can't use your legs, your core, your hips, or your shoulders. What happens? That's it. I had to give it some fling there because if not, I wasn't going to go anywhere, right? But if I said, okay, if you threw this ball 30 yards, I'd give you $1 million, right? What's going to happen? You're going to go like this. So your weight's going to shift back, right? You are going to turn to create torque, right? We're going to step to create that weight shift. This is all the time, is this staying here, right? So if I go like this, so if I start to throw this, as this is going back, I'm starting to step forward, right? So I have this shift, right? And now to create that power, what happens? This core has to start turning this way. And what happens? Our elbow goes from an external position to an internal position, and the hand is the last thing to leave, right? So once I get here, now it goes. And that's that final little snap, right? So that's what I'm talking about. As we get here, what has to happen? I have to have that same motion, right? I have to have this starting to go, okay, as if I was going to throw a ball, I'm going here to get rotated, to get that core moving, to get through the ball. And then turn through. Okay? See how those hands jumped out ahead? There we go. And look how small that swing was. And you hit a perfect little draw. Your golf swing really isn't going to be too much harder than that. You're going to give it a little half hinge at the top, and then you can go, right? So let's do that now, right? So I want you to feel like, go ahead and take this club back. I want you to go back, and I want you to get to right about what you feel is here, and then I want you to turn after it. Okay? So we get the hands in this, right? Okay, even that. So when you show me this when you're done, that's what I want it to feel like. So how are we going to do this when I'm not around? This is going to be a great drill. You can do it in the house, you can do it in the backyard. You're in the house, give yourself some room, so my wife yells at me. Okay? We put this stick like this. Okay, and we get here, right? First things first, I don't want this to get away from me on the way back, right? I don't want it to roll like that, right? So first things first, this I want stuck to my body as I get here, okay? So now, point to the ball. But once I get here, if I turn from here, it never touches me. If I get handsy from here, I'm gonna have bruised ribs. Okay, this is handsy. Okay, this is rotation. Okay. Okay, see that right there? Do it again. See, there it is. I want it stuck right there. And from here, all we do is go. And see how it never touches us right here? Boom. There. Right there. Right? Give me that. There, go. There, right? Never touch. We never did, right? We never did this. Ah, see, I kind of caught that hip a little bit, that rib a little bit, right? So once we get here, then get this to go to here, right? Now turn. There. And the harder that I pivot, and the harder that I turn that core, then the more I'm going to compress this golf ball and the farther it's going to go. There is nothing that I'm seeing. How far does that club normally go for you?
Gee, only about 135.
Yeah. There's nothing that's saying it shouldn't go 155 without you even trying. Ah, handsiness. So let's work some just thought processes. I want to see those bunkers on the left hand side. I want you to try to pull it in those bunkers, right? Weird, bro. Right? Look at the video. You're like, oh, I'm going to pull this so hard. And watch what happens. Club goes right down the line, and you go dead straight. Right? Because what happened is your thought process was, I have to go like this because I got to pull, right? So it stops us from going, oh, swing like this, right? So it is, now do that same thing. Do a little harder. If you come back to me and you say, I can't stop pulling in the bunkers, then we got to, we'll just fix that issue. But right now, that's going to teach you to rotate a little better. Look at how crispy. And you're not even, like, you're not, like, your backswing's not even complete yet, right?
You're really doing like a half swing.
There it is. Now let's give me that full backswing. 93 miles an hour. Good ball. Let's see. Did we get that turn? We rolled the face a little bit. Yeah, the hands got a little bit too. Like your hands, I can tell your hands, and then your hands drop like this. But what's happening is, again, you're kind of falling back into this. I want you to feel like that.
Okay.
I want you to feel like this is like this, and then you turn it, and then you can go. Okay? Woo! Look at that thing.
Straight.
Club path 1, face angle 1. Not sure we can get much better. There it is. Club's in a good spot. You're turning. Slightly handsy at the end, right? So for you, I think really like making sure that this right shoulder keeps moving to here. Right. I want you to go. Right here. Okay.
Your takeaway, you're like, he's trying to get you to keep it
Yeah, close.
You like in your practice you do that, but when you do that, you just
Okay.
right there, so like kind of in your
Right. Conscious effort.
yeah, make sure you have it, overdo it in your practice, right? Less hands. You come in here like, say like rotating in that one drill, you're just going like this.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? You're not going like this, right? So that first moves. There you go, yeah. Because then in your full swing, they have to come up eventually, but
even
you're
right
like,
now, again, like once we get there though, like right, if you keep going, this is gonna half hinge on its own, right? And that's fine, right? The more, you can get to a full hinge, but as long as that full hinge isn't cupping this wrist, right? And I like to put my my finger on my sternum, right? So as I get here, I can feel like it turns like that. See how it goes like that? Boom, right? So then I can really get through. Look at that.
yeah, that sounded.
See that? Did you feel that? And look where that right shoulder finished at, right? You got all the way through that, right? We never want to have to wait for the face to catch up as far as like, ooh, I got to get hit, wait here, and then it goes, right? Because I can't control where that thing's moving. Alignment sticks, right? So there's what we call a drag drill, right?
Yep.
So I get the club here, and I just put it right here. And from here, I drag it on the ground, but I'm applying downward pressure, right? And if I do that, in order for me to drag it, I'm not dragging it with my hands like this, right? I'm getting here and I'm pivoting, I'm dragging, and what does it do? It forces me to rotate versus just get here and go, oh, gotta wait for it, right? Hey, see that right there? You hear that? Ooh, that's solid contact right there.
There you go.
There, little flip, slightly, but that's not bad, right? Turn. And that's, see that body positioning? That's how I want it to be. I just need you to get there now, faster. Now, I'm gonna move out of the way, okay? So don't worry about hitting me, but I'm just gonna help the backspin a little bit, okay? You ready? Okay, hold on. Start again for me. All right, you ready? And go. Okay, I just need that. I don't want you to move completely off the ball, but I need that shoulder to move.
Okay.
Let's do it one more time. And this time you're gonna hit it. Go, go. There, right? Because what happens is this, right? So if I get here, and this doesn't continue to move, what happens? Well, this moves, right? So I gotta get this back to time, right? Versus where if I go like this, right? It didn't move.
Oh, that one felt good.
96 mile an hour. 140.
Carried 140.
Right? 140.
Yeah.
Let's get some ball speed going.
Okay.
So how are we going to get a little bit more ball speed, right? So I'm going to go like this, right? So I need you to give me a hand. So now take this club back. See how it goes under? Okay. And on the way down, it's got to go under, right? Because if it goes like this, right, and then it goes up, then
That's
it
what you've
leans,
been doing.
right? So that's what I want you to feel, right? So now you can take that off, but I want you to feel like that left lat goes more down, right? So I want this left lat going like this. Down, and then around. That was a smooth swing at 88.
Okay, now go
Right?
for it. Now
That
turn
was
it
a
up.
smooth swing at 80. Now, go at it hard. Let's test this theory out. Go at it hard. Oh, 93 miles an hour.
93.
Right? Do it again. Whoa.
I still gotta. I
Yeah.
still gotta.
You're feeling it now, though, kind of what
But you get, you're understanding, right? So now, but I want more powerful. We're going to get this lat going this way, but then I want that right here. Right? That's what I want. Because look, when you do that, when you do this right here, boom, watch where your right shoulder finishes up. You didn't go. Right? There. See that little small move, right? You were compact. You were compact. Look at the numbers, right? You were compact, never took the club back too far. Look how far you got it back. And look at this thing just turn in front of you. And you hit that ball as far as what you hit a 7-iron from between 3/4 and half a golf swing. Okay, got an idea. Let's make sure that we have enough room. Let's get this way so we're not hitting anything. And then we're going to turn this all the way over here. And then you're going to turn it all the way back over here. Now, do that again, right? Hold on, right there. Now, I'm going to get this to go. Okay? Go after it. Get that thing right there. Go. There. Faster. There.
Yeah.
Feel that. Faster. There. See how you have to open everything up to get there. Okay? Now, let's go back in here. 92 miles an hour.
There you go.
Right? Just a little bit of a tug. Little bit of a tug. But instantly, one swing, you went to 138. Right? And look at the body continue to turn right there. Woo! 92.
92 ball speed.
A little higher. But that
I gotta
little bit of
drive.
difference in how the club's coming back and how you're completely rotating through the ball.
Yeah.
Okay? Whoa! Right? And it's just smooth.
Yeah.
It's just smooth, right? That is something that you felt control. I felt like it was controlled. You didn't have to work at it too hard. And it's rotating. You see the difference of we changed this to this, right? And that tells me that once we got here, this kept on going, and that means the face is going to stay more square longer, and then you're going to be able to put balls on one, right? And again, to kind of recap, when you're at the range and you kind of go, okay, well, what do you say? Start going through those progressions. Undercomplicate the golf swing. Our hands have to return back to where they started, and our hips have to be slightly turned. So if I literally just do this, I know that I'm going to be able to put club on ball, right? That's first things first. Did I get club on ball? Yeah, right? I can do that. And then it's going to be, okay, we'll do that and add the turn to it, right? And if I do that and I add the turn to it, I can get aggressive with that turn as I go, as I get better, right? We're going to turn, right? And I'm going to add that turn to it. Right? And that was, I mean, that's 100, but it still flew 163, right? And it rolls out to 178, but I'm just trying to get more, I just got to turn, right? So then I'm going to start to get more aggressive with these shots.
Oh, baby.
And that really wasn't like, that's not even me going after it yet, right? But you look at the angles, I mean, my club path, my face angle, I'll take slightly left all day, right? Just slightly. But it's a 201-yard 7-iron that I really didn't do anything. And that's what I'm saying. There's nothing telling me that you can't hit the same 155, right? Because I can move this slow, but as long as I continue to turn, that's 106 mile an hour ball speed, and it's 162, right? It's just, can I continue to rotate, right? Can I continue to rotate? And that's what I'm saying for you, I want you to feel like you're giving me that here, and then you're crossing over left, so you can rotate low and left, like you're gonna give me that low left pull, right? So when we get there, right? And I don't even, yeah, you're gonna pull it, but again, that's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel like the club's in front of your body right now, because once we get there, I can feel that club. You see that club release? Because I want that club releasing this way. If I get that club releasing this way, see that right there? This, I love this, right? I can get right here. And I can get that through, right? I can get that through right there.
Okay.
I can just pound on it from there, right? And that was 182 yards and I chipped it, right? But it's got to be, it's the through that gets us to where we want to go. We can get at all we want, but I have to go through, right? I have to feel like I'm getting here. Okay?
All right, as you can see, my dad picked up some modest gains. His like 3/4 swing was going as far as his old full swing, so that was great. Yeah, we ended up going on vacation shortly after that, and he ended up improving some aspects of his game. He definitely said there was a major difference, so that's great. Yeah, I really just like how Matt Souza, he teaches the game and simplifies the swing and gives you a lot of drills to work on your game when you're not at the golf garage. So I'll leave a description of the golf garage down below and a link to the website. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. More to come, and I'll see you in the next one.